Why do I feel overwhelmingly anxious? Probably because I've blown my ears out like 3 times. I haven't stretched my ears. I think it's been like a year and a half. I have no reason to be scared. This is gonna go smoothly and it's gonna be fine. I don't know who I'm trying to reassure. Hi guys. Obviously, today's video is going to be me stretching my ears. I've been chilling at this size, which is 9/16, for a while now. And I've been wanting to size up to 5/8 for a while, but it wasn't like a priority of mine, so I just haven't. I went on Instagram this morning and asked you guys if you wanted me to film this video, and a lot of you guys said yes, so here I am filming it. I filmed a video last October. I just watched it and it was not that good. But in that video, I showed you me sizing up and it was very quick. I didn't really go in detail about stretching or my experience with stretching my ears. So I do want to go a little bit more in depth. Should I stretch and then talk? Probably. I ordered a lot of silicone tunnels on Amazon. They were really cheap. I think I got 6 pairs for $10. I don't know how good of quality they are, but I'm willing to risk it, apparently. I just searched up silicone tunnels in the size that I was wanting, and I found these. It came with 2 clear pairs, 2 white pairs, and 2 black. I only really wear clear. I don't like to have color. Plus, I feel like clear tunnels make your holes look bigger and more true to size, so I'm sticking with the clear. I'm gonna go ahead and disinfect these really quick because I don't know who's been touching these. I don't know where they've been. So I'm gonna just go clean them with some rubbing alcohol and then I'll be right back. Okay, so these are clean. Like I said, rubbing alcohol, and then I just washed them with regular soap so that way, like, they didn't smell like rubbing alcohol. These look like they glow in the dark. They don't. Okay, little background info. I've been wanting to stretch up to 5/8 for about a year and a half now, but it wasn't something that I thought about every day, so it just didn't happen until now. The reason why I decided to stretch now though is because I lost my other silicone tunnel that was size 9/16. Although I have these and these are beautiful, I don't really wear them ever. Like, I literally don't. I really just enjoy sticking to clear tunnels. I like the simplicity. I like being able to see through. So like I said, I lost the other one of my tunnels and I figured if I'm gonna buy new tunnels, might as well buy the next size up because I've been wanting to stretch and go bigger, so it just made sense. But I'm happy that I kept this lonely tunnel so that way I can kind of show you guys the difference in sizes. You know what I'll do? I'll put this one in on one ear and then I'll size up just so we can compare because it's really hard to show you guys like this. Even if I hadn't lost that one tunnel, if I was planning on sizing up, I do like to keep in heavy stones or plugs or something like that for a few days before stretching, just because they'll pull down your ears a bit and make your skin a little bit looser. Like I said, I'm just gonna go ahead and put in one of the 9/16 so that way we can see the difference in size. This is the size that I'm at right now. I'll zoom in. Pretty decent size, but I want to go bigger. I just use coconut oil as a lubricant. I've seen some people use like ear stretching creams and oils and stuff like that. If you want to do that, do it. Coconut oil works perfectly fine for me. I just massage my ear hole for a few minutes, like a minute or two, just to loosen up the skin. Maybe I should zoom in so you guys could see better. I'm just gonna take a little bit more of the coconut oil and rub it on the tunnel. I'm basically just gonna fold this in half, put it in my ear and let it expand. I'm using my fingers in the front and in the back to guide it. And that's it. We did it. Really, really easy. I didn't feel that at all. Once you get to a certain size, I think it's easier to stretch with silicone tunnels. I don't think it's necessary to use tapers. I'll talk more about my stretching experience after I finish this. So this is the size difference. This is where we were. This is where we're at. Wow. Okay, let's do the next one. Massage my ear for a minute. Oh, I love this size. I haven't had a desire to go bigger than 5/8. So I don't think that I will, but I mean, you never know. Once again, just put some coconut oil on the tunnel, folded it in half, and I'm gonna guide it with my hand or with my fingers, so that way it doesn't just slide right through. Oh, that one was way easier. I literally didn't feel it at all. Nice. And then I'm just rubbing the coconut oil in my hands. I absolutely love this size. I'm so happy that I finally went up. I feel like it makes my ears, I don't know, I just really love, I've always loved the look of stretched ears, and I just feel like this size just is exactly what I was wanting, so I'm happy. Okay, now let's chat about all my mistakes as I have stretched throughout the years. I started stretching my ears my senior year in high school, so when I was like 18. No, yeah, I was 18 because there was no way in hell my parents were gonna let me start stretching like before I was 18. I had wanted to stretch my ears since the time I was 12, but they would have probably kicked me out. No, I'm just kidding. They wouldn't have kicked me out, but they definitely would not have allowed it. So I waited until I was 18. They were not happy about it, but they didn't make me take them out. When I first started stretching, I thought I was just gonna go to a 0 and stay at a 0. And I did for a really long time, but I felt really strongly about staying at a 0 because I always heard if you go above a 0, your ears will never close back, yada, yada, yada. And I guess at the time, I don't know, I was worried about that. So for about a year and a half, maybe 2 years, I was just chilling at a 0. And to get to a 0, I used tunnels every time I stretched because I feel like in the early stages of stretching, it is easier to use tunnels, let the tunnels chill for a day or two, and then switch over to, did I say tunnels? I meant tapers. I think it's easier to use tapers the first beginning stages of stretching because the holes are so small, you can't really put your fingers through them to open tunnels up. And also I feel like the weight of the taper kind of helps your ear get used to stretching. I don't know, I'm not a professional when it comes to stretching, this is just my experience. And then I took out my jewelry, I don't know what I had in at the time, and I left it out for about 6 months. The only reason why I took them out was because I just felt like the person that I was dating at the time didn't like them. I am not bummed out that I made that decision, but I did learn from it not to let other people's opinions affect what I do with my body. Always be true to yourself and do things for yourself. If you're not hurting anybody else or this planet or yourself, then do whatever you want. I was really missing them. I was like, damn, I really like having my ears stretched. So I popped my 0 back in. I don't know if I went straight to a 0. I think I started off at a 4, but I think I had to gradually get back to a 0, but it was really easy because even though the holes closed up almost completely, like closed up in the sense that you couldn't see through them, the skin was still stretchy. So I was able to get back to a 0 within a few days, I think. I can't remember if I used tapers to re-stretch. I think I just popped in my silicone tunnels because at the time I still had the lower sizes. So I think I just popped in a 4, probably left that in for a day or two, popped in a 2, left that in for a day or two, and then I was able to get back to a 0. And then I was chilling at a 0 probably for another 6 months. And then I was like, I want to go bigger. I let that fear of my ears not shrinking back leave my mind because I realized this is something that I have wanted for a really long time. I really love the look of this, so it was worth going bigger to me. In a matter of, I don't know, less than 2 weeks, I think, which I'm not recommending this because I have blown out my ears before. I think I blew out this ear twice, and it's because I am very impatient, and when I want something, I get it done as soon as possible. So I blew my ear out, I think once the first time that I started stretching, and then once when I was stretching from a 0 and getting bigger. And like I said, within a week or two, I went from a 0 to 9/16, which was the size that I was just at. And that's when I started stretching just with silicone tunnels. Like I said, I feel like the lower sizes you can't put your fingers through, so it's nearly impossible in my experience to stretch with tunnels. But once I went from a 0 to double zero, because my fingers could touch between the hole, it made it so I could expand the tunnel in my ear, if that makes sense. And now I just sized up to 5/8 and I'm pretty fulfilled with this size. I don't have plans of going bigger. I feel like they just make my ears look a little bit pointier at the top. They probably don't. I'm probably just coming up with things in my head, but I love it. I love the way that it complements my ears. I know stretched ears aren't for everyone, so if you clicked on this video knowing that you don't like stretched ears, I'm not sure why you did that to yourself. There's no need to leave hate. I respect everybody having their own opinion, and I hope that others can respect that as well. I feel like this was a really quick video, but I hope that it was helpful for the people who do like stretched ears and for the people who were curious about a process of stretching ears. I say a process because there's multiple ways. I do know people still use tapers to stretch even at the bigger sizes. Like I said, I am not a professional. This is just what works for me. If you guys did like this video, please thumbs it up and please subscribe to my channel. And yeah, I hope you guys have an awesome day and I'll catch you later.